from Allie LaForce as well. Tip-off goes to the Thunder. Screen by Holmgren. Out to the right wing. And here's Caruso outside. Porzingis grabs the board.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Well, Stan, when you look at the history of undrafted players, few have been as impactful as Alex Caruso.
And you have to love the way he's done it, Brian. Grinded his way through the G League, won a championship, and now he's a first-team all-defense guy. Quite a story.
Just money from the line. Tatum knows the importance of making free throws.
Williams from long range. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Tatum gets the bucket. Tatum's got 5 now.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul. And just about a minute into this first quarter. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Boston pulls it in. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Boston shooting their second free throw attempt on the night. And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday. Fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis. Jaylen Brown proven to be a tough customer.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant, not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
And the foul called on Chet Holmgren. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Pass to Porzingis. And stolen by Holmgren. It's Dort on the wing. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Holmgren. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
And this is where Holmgren is such a scoring threat. His size can make interior shots easier to find.
Here's Porzingis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
And the big finish by Holmgren.
And before he even leaves the floor, Holmgren has the ball at rim level.
Here's Tatum. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. Here's the pick. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one is hammered home.
And Shea's playmaking is really exceptional. Highlighted there with the perfect pass.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daignault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. And Porzingis with the block.
Got to be careful shooting around Porzingis. His length is so capable of erasing shots.
Caruso outside. He takes it in. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Now here's Holmgren. Down low. Gilgeous-Alexander. They now take the lead.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter. Someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
Tatum from long range. On target from range. Tatum's got 8.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Sends it home from three-point land.
And you can already tell Holmgren has an edge to his game. Gets the 3 right back. That's the competitive streak you need as a young player.
Williams on the wing. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. Here's Williams to the middle. Here's Holmgren. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Boston trailing. Tatum feeling it out a bit. Outside Porzingis. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
The 3 from Holmgren. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for the Boston Celtics. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back after this word. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout, and we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because you don't know all the questions. And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball. The second chance points are all about a lack of effort defensively. Those buckets would drive me nuts.
Caruso outside. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. To the paint. It's stolen by Tatum. Pass to Holmgren. There's Holmgren on the slam.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point in the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a bounce.
Oklahoma City trailing. Brad, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Porzingis with it. Now guarded by Holmgren. And stolen by Holmgren. Inside. Here's Dort. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis sets a screen. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And stolen by Williams. Dort outside. Screen by Holmgren. That one goes in. Dort's got his first 2 points. and an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Williams with it. Picked up by Tatum. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Pass to Brown. Here's the three. And Brown knocking down the triple.
Brown does a nice job of staying ready and making himself a weapon off the ball.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City's ball.
Checking in for the Celtics, number 30.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. To the inside. Holmgren. The focus from Holmgren there.
A beautiful finish through contact. That's the dog in Holmgren.
Tatum inside. And stolen by Caruso. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Count it. Now it's a 4-point Oklahoma City lead.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Inside. Here's Porzingis. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Boston with the ball. 4-point game. 3 on the clock. Here's Tatum. Look at Tatum using his length.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Outside for Dort. Let's go with a 3. Offensive board. And Hartenstein gets it to go.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Pass to Horford. Back to Tatum. Oh, Tatum with a throwdown.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Thunder. They're up by 2. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
26.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Boston trailing. And finished off by Tatum.
It's not surprising to see Tatum taking over offensively. I mean, he's capable of doing this on a nightly basis.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Hartenstein a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Got it off in time to beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Outside Tatum. Out to Horford for the lead. The shot won't fall.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Hartenstein. Pass to Dort. Left side Williams. Back to Dort. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
You're making the slam look second nature. Once Dort sees the launching pad, he's ready to take off.
Tatum drives in. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's on Isaiah Hartenstein. Boston shooting their 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And that one drops. So now they lead by 1. Stand back in your early coaching days, what was the dynamic working with the front office?
Well, I was in good situations, and so you need the coach and the front office in sync, where you're all working toward the same goals and you understand what the process is going to look like.
And how in sync were you when Stan was the coach and Stan was the front office?
We had problems then because the coach didn't like the front office very often, and the front office was always unhappy with the coach.
Yeah, a defense has to be very aware of Gilgeous-Alexander's attack mindset. He wants to get to the rim and do maximum damage.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Boston making a switch here.
Celtic substitution. Kristaps Porzingis. Torrey Craig. Drew Holiday.
Down low. Here's Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Even after that serious knee injury, Porzingis with the spring to flush it.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams on the wing. The shot. Boston pulls it in.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Porzingis in the post. Williams grabs the board. Thunder with a lead. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hartenstein. Not going to go that time. Good D by Porzingis. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
2 on the clock, and Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. So it's Oklahoma City now. The lead is 2. Back to Caruso. Pass to Holmgren. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And so it's Porzingis with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
A talented scorer and versatile defender. The athletic Brown is a vital piece for this team.
2 shots.
That one drops. He ties it up. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Give him 8 points now. To the middle. Here's Holmgren.
And this is why so many are high on Holmgren. His ability to dominate games with his scoring.
To the paint. Here's Porzingis. Pass to Brown. Shot clock at 5. Down low. Oh, look out! Porzingis.
Well, Brown is always looking to score, but he's far from a selfish player, and he will move the ball, too.
To the wing, right side. Williams with it. No good from outside. Stolen by Caruso. To the inside. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Porzingis. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. That's the end of the third, and it's tied up.
30 seconds. The Celtics, 37.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. 4 on the clock. To the middle. And stolen by Brown. And the foul called on Chet Holmgren. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
First team foul.
Holiday looking for an opening. Up top, White. The kick to Tatum. To take the lead. Holmgren with the block.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this. Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
Boston trailing. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Outside, Brown. Oh, Brown gonna go get it. And Brown with the stuff.
Speedy move by Brown, using his velocity to get right where he wants to go.
Pass to Dort. Back to Holmgren. Inside. Gilgeous-Alexander, double team. Williams from long range. Gets the three to fall. And the Thunder lead by 3.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
It's Holiday with a drive. Porzingis for 3. They get it again.
Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
Pass to Holmgren. And here's Dort. Back to Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
You can tell Dort keeps his options open when he has the ball. He'll set up another guy if he can.
The 3 ball. Tatum drills the 3.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Pass to Holmgren. Jacks up a 3. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
These moments are important for Holmgren's development. He needs to keep sinking those big-time shots.
Here's Brown. Hey, Jaylen Brown spikes it through.
Oh, assertive play there by Brown, rising to the challenge of the moment.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. To the right side. Just 3 to shoot. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We played about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter here. To the inside. Here's Brown. No good that time. Some solid defense from Williams. And there's a 3-second call. This one on the defense. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Oklahoma City.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
The kick out to Williams. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Holiday. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Tatum. Outside Porzingis. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Even though Porzingis can shoot over anyone, he still does all the little things that make a difference.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And by missing that free throw, now a 3 could even the score. Not ideal.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's SGA. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Holiday.
It's all about getting a 3 right here.
Yeah, and when your opponent knows what you need, it makes it that much harder to find an opening.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Seconds left in the 4th. Pass to Holmgren. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I can't believe that took so long. They needed to foul much sooner.
first, and that'll put him up 2. And he's unable to get the second one. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
I don't know if they should be greedy here and go for a 3. I'd take it to the basket, get a high percentage shot, or maybe get fouled.
Here's Tatum. Missed it. And so it's the Thunder who come out on top here. What a performance they have here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Stan
Brooklyn, who you are?
Or right in front of your eyes.